Okay, today we're gonna talk about some more countries. Last time I told you about my experience in Mexico, France, Portugal, and Spain. Today I want to tell you about a few other countries that I've been to. Let me start with Italy. I spent 2 weeks in Italy in 2019. This was probably my favorite trip. I had the opportunity to go to many cities and towns in this country. I started my trip in Bologna, which was a great experience. I had some really delicious food in this city, and it was my first time eating at a real Italian restaurant. I'll never forget it. I had a few different local dishes, which were incredible. Also, I ate the best ice cream ever when I was in this city. Next, I went to Florence, which was one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen. I'm sure that some of you agree with me. Then we rented a car and drove through Tuscany. This was an awesome road trip. We drove through beautiful hills, fields, and vineyards. This was my favorite region of Italy. It's so unique there. There's no other place like it. Lastly, we went to Rome and enjoyed the amazing history there. Of course, we loved going to the Colosseum and seeing the ancient buildings there. Okay, now let me talk a little bit about Peru. I went to Peru with a friend in 2018 to see Machu Picchu. Everyone wants to see Machu Picchu, right? So we stayed in the city of Cusco and took some different tours of the area. We saw some interesting ruins around Cusco, and we really enjoyed the beautiful nature there. And the city of Cusco is also a cool place to explore. But of course, the best part of the trip was seeing Machu Picchu. This ancient city is hidden in the mountains, and it's not easy to get there. We had to take 2 buses and a train to arrive there, but it was worth it. The view of Machu Picchu from above was incredible. We sat for a long time just looking at the city. I couldn't believe that I was there. We didn't take a tour, but there were many tours when we were there, so we heard some tour guides talking about the history of Machu Picchu. Then we walked around the city and explored the different parts. This experience was completely unique, and I'll never forget it. Okay, lastly, I'm just gonna say a few things about the UK, specifically London. I only stayed in London for 1 day before I flew to Italy, so I saw very little. But I walked a lot during that short time, and I loved the city. The weather was nice when I was there, so I watched the sunset from the river. I also went to my first Christmas market there. So even though I was only there for 1 day, I really liked it. I was sad that I couldn't stay longer. Maybe in the future, I'll be able to go back. So now you know the different countries that I've traveled to. Leave a comment and tell me if you've traveled to any of these countries.